Hello, World Wide Web. Welcome to Hanging With Us in our PJs on HWWS Web TV.
Yep.
We finally hit this one right at the right time.
We did.
That's
we
right.
Remembered.
Every once in a while, you guys know we do Hanging With Us in our PJs, watch-alongs, and reactions to whatever's going on in the world. But we've never actually had the opportunity to do this where we hit it at the first episode of the first season of a show.
Oh.
So we're going to be watching, guys, the Book of Boba Fett tonight. We've been excited about this. Everybody's excited? Yeah?
I didn't see any spoilers. I've stayed off the internet to not get any.
One of the neat things we're going to be doing through this next season, this next year, is not only are we going to be watching the Book of Boba Fett, we're going to choose some other things too, but we're going to be doing watch-alongs with some of our HWWS Web TV family of stars. That's right. And so tonight, our first watch-along for 2022 to watch the Book of Boba Fett with us, please welcome from Saturday Morning Cartoons, from Classic Television SmackDown, and they just launched their own show. We've been struggling back and forth with names, so I'm going to let them tell you what it is. Please welcome Rosemary Rose and Rachel to the screen. Hey, ladies! Hi, welcome. Well, what is the latest name of the show that we're trying not to get kicked off YouTube with?
I don't think DC Fandom can get us for this one. It's Roses and Reactions.
Roses and
Loving it. Yep. Loving it. Roses and Reactions, guys. Check that out. That's going to be coming up to you all through 2022. I know Rose and Rachel have some great, cool topics to talk about.
And they're fun.
And they are fun. They are. So, ladies, Book of Boba Fett, who's been looking forward to this?
Me.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful, guys.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So we're going to watch the movie, and then we'll get everything put together, and we'll get it out to you guys on the internet. We'll let you know what we thought about it after it's over. In the meantime, if you guys have popcorn, get it. If you've got sodas, get it. If you need your glasses, like me, get them. Whatever you need, let's go ahead and dive into the Book of Boba Fett.
Yes.
You have to turn up the volume. All the way up, all the way up.
You hear that?
Keep going, keep going. There you go.
It'll go away by itself.
So weird when it's empty.
You notice the wind chimes are still there.
There were like drinks on the table still, like they just kind of walked away. Yeah.
So good. Oh, we've backed up.
Oh, this is like one of those healing pods.
Yeah, like Luke in Empire.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Is that from Revenge? Or
No, it's Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones. It's been a while.
Yeah, Attack of the Clones from the fighting pits. Ew, gross.
Oh, he's
Oh my God, gross.
God.
I
The
forgot.
Sarlacc pit.
How did he get that?
Guess we're
what they're
about
showing.
to find out.
Ew, that's just
Ew.
like you'll be digested for 1,000 years.
He hated Stormtrooper. Nice.
I'm sure he wants it. And everything else. Oh, he's gonna make him throw it up.
Oh.
That's so cool.
Tummy ache.
sand, man. Rough, coarse, and it gets everywhere.
I like it. It's all wet and gross.
I would say that's mud.
Well, it would be after you're I like saliva.
Wow.
What a way to start.
He was found by the Jawas.
Looks like.
He was robbed by the
Oh, yeah,
Jawa.
they're stealing his stuff. Yeah.
Because that's the way that Mando found his armor. Remember?
They have no shame in their game.
And that's why you love them.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's knock you out while we.
They didn't even like. I love that they didn't even make like they were going to try to
Oh, yeah.
whack him and took his stuff.
Oh, here comes sand people. I recognize their silhouette. Are you alive?
Right?
Oh, they're gonna take him.
I thought they were flipping him off, folks.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Wow.
tie him up and then.
Well, in case he's not
Is it like sand people kind of like for smelling salts? You know?
Oh, they're not even going to carry
Yeah.
him.
Mm.
But at least they didn't leave him there.
Really? 'Cause
Yeah.
that doesn't look like he's doing much better.
Yeah, it doesn't look like, yeah, it doesn't look like he's doing that great.
It's lucky he can even walk. They'll probably just
Yeah.
drag him along.
Yeah, in the desert.
Well, you better hope that none of them animals have to go to the bathroom.
He's like, I didn't escape the Starlight Pit.
Yeah, I'll just at least turn over right back.
That's gonna be one bad sand burn there.
Damn, burn.
Oh yeah. You get road rash, sand burn.
Oh, look, sand camp.
See, they've upgraded their tents since Anakin destroyed all of the.
Yes.
This tribe has anyway. Yay!
Yay, woo!
I love the long, cold opening. I think that's awesome.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, man.
I love it so good.
Ooh.
Those kids? Those are kids.
He's getting beat up by kids.
Right. His dad's just watching. Ah,
Knocked out by some kid.
not very nice.
Well, somebody else has got caught over there.
It's Rhodian.
Oh. Isn't that whatever Guido is?
Yeah. They're all different colors, I guess.
Just thinking, huh. That's one ugly dog.
Is that like their dog?
I think so.
Yeah.
Looks like a crocodile, kind of.
I have no idea what that thing is called.
Does look like a crocodile.
Crocodile.
Yeah, it's a little bit faster there.
Aww.
Oh.
This was what was needed, though. He needs to show that.
Not if they get away.
Well, that's true. Oh!
Oh, and he's dead.
Heavy duty park.
Ooh.
Alive.
I love a good rooftop chase scene.
It's great. It also gives us another look at Mos Eisley.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah, it's true.
Anybody else thinking of Aladdin, or is it just me?
Yes, yes. One step.
Your butt.
It's all that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. training she had previously in another life.
Oh, he only needs one.
Nice.
I really didn't need to see their behind.
Oh, he's dreaming again.
Back with Guido's cousin. I don't know what else to call it. I'm sure somebody out there knows a name.
Oh, that little boy.
I don't speak that language, but I'm pretty sure he said, remember when you took my stick?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. See?
But you didn't smack me, so. Come with me.
I don't know. This planet sucks from every angle.
It really honestly does. Tatooine is like, I don't want to say one of the most visually uninteresting places. Well, the desert is, at least. When we get to the actual cities, it becomes more interesting, but...
Ew. Come on.
What do you want me to do? Dig.
Dig.
Dig for that. Oh, you want me to dig for that?
Dig for water.
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 You want me to dig for water?
Near a moisture farm, because that's where they do that's where they get the water from on the desert planet.
I got it first.
Like,
Teacher's pet.
mm.
No hard feelings, mate.
Oh my god.
2 for me, none for you.
Yeah.
Yay!
Hey, you got one.
Oh!
I need some water. I would like a drink.
Oh.
That kid's not very nice.
Again. You're gonna do this again.
We could have both escaped if you didn't sound the alarm. You kept your snout closed. We can get to Anchorhead. I can get us off world.
But why are you trying to like negotiate with this guy? He already snitched you out.
Feed your leg to the watchdog. Oh, that you understand, huh? Keep it down.
I might not speak that language, but I know exactly what you just said. Hey.
Oh shit. No, he dead.
You think so?
Yeah, cause yeah.
That's big
Yeah.
Ow.
What the hell is that?
I have no idea.
Wait, those are more arms. How many arms does he have?
Oh,
my
man.
Extra hands.
Not for the dog. Ow. Ah!
Ballsy shit.
Oh, no. Oh, he's gonna kill it the same way Leia killed Jabba.
Yep. Oh yeah, there is one.
That's a pretty cool creature design, though.
I don't know if it exists before this, probably.
I have not seen it before.
No, this is a whole new creature, it looks like.
That's a
Which
nice
is
shot.
very cool stuff.
Uh-huh.
Look what I did.
Poor Peter's cousin, he's dead.
Kids are showing off. Yeah.
Gonna pass him that water? That's right.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah,
endeared himself
he's
to them
endeared.
now. Yep.
Mhm.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, man.
I missed. Oh, that's the art.
That's incredible. Yeah,
Yep.
just like the Mandalorian art. I mean, just
Pretty good.
fantastic.
I
That was fantastic, guys. All right, everybody, welcome to the screen from our own HWWS Web TV's Saturday morning cartoons and classic television SmackDown. And Mark knows everybody from all the shows everywhere. Please welcome our good friend Mark B. Lee. Mark, welcome. I know you got to jump in a little bit later in the broadcast. Hopefully, you got to see the whole episode.
You seen it twice already?
Twice already. Oh, this is his second time through.
Wow.
Okay, great.
Wow.
So that's fantastic, guys. Rachel Rose, first episode. What do you think?
I absolutely adored it in its entirety. It was just, it's part of the Star Wars world that I really like to see, the seedy underbelly of it all. Like, just Jedi versus Sith, that's all great, but it's fine. But what I really was always interested in is the stuff that The Mandalorian and what this show is now showing us, which is sort of like what goes on in the background. Give me the criminal underworld of Star Wars. So seeing more of that is just perfect.
Yeah, I enjoyed seeing those Tusken Raiders and that creature at the end. That was something else. I really enjoyed this first episode. I can't wait to see what else they're going to do with it.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, throughout the entire Skywalker saga, as it's become known, we got to see what happens when you're the center of it all. Like when the galaxy pivots around this nexus point, we follow the nexus point. Luke and Leia and Han, Finn and Rey and Poe, and
you have all these other characters.
but the universe is so deep and so rich that it has been. The Mandalorian was so much fun to dive into and see this whole other side of the rebellion and the aftermath.
Yes.
And of course, we got to go. That all started when we got to see Rogue One in theaters, and we saw another little band that was, you know, what was going on. I mean, the war was much bigger than what we saw.
Oh, we can hear you.
Yes, we can. Hi,
Hey
Mark.
guys, can you hear me now?
Yes, we
Yeah,
can.
yeah, you're good. You're good.
Oh, good. Hey, make sure you check out the behind the scenes special that they did on literally
Yes.
Boba Fett.
Very,
Very fascinating. And I really enjoyed that even more than I enjoyed this episode. But it brought a lot of depth to the Tusken Raiders. It shows that there is a level of hierarchy within their tribe.
Yeah, they have a culture of their own. I mean, and when we saw them in Star Wars, they were just sort of a big bad, another hurdle to overcome.
Yes.
And then later on, watching them in The Mandalorian, we got to see that they had this tribal nature, but we were over with the moisture farmers in that episode, so we didn't get to see them living. here we got to see them as a culture with
Yes.
children.
Yeah.
And
The only the only problem that I had with this episode was Boba didn't seem more. He didn't seem like a crime lord, especially when he was walking into town.
yeah,
I
he
think
has
there
no
was.
problems. He's kind of like he looks like he's the Fredo of
Well,
the crime family here.
he's actually non-threatening, so I don't even know why these people are bowing down to him.
Because he took, well, at least what I saw, he took Jabba's place, and
Yeah,
he's
we
new,
know
and they
that.
don't know what to expect from him. That's why they're bowing down to him. They don't know what to expect.
I don't think that's 100% true. I think the powers that he possessed alone, with him unfortunately getting into that fight in the middle of the street, basically showed off what he's capable of doing, which is basically being taken down by 5 or 6 guys.
And
If you're
that's it.
trying
I
to
think-
control an entire territory, you should be somewhat invincible.
Yeah, I
And
think the problem we're going to have, I think, that Boba is going to have this season, and I got a real Godfather vibe here. This is sort of like what would happen if Fredo took over instead of Michael. They're running roughshod over him. That mayor that came in and was blatantly disrespectful and said, "Hey, you're going to pay me tribute now." So I mean, I think Boba's got a lot of learning to do if he's going to be the boss of bosses.
Well, he's never
Agreed.
I think
power
he
before.
I think he has more than learning to do. I honestly think he needs more power. If anybody can basically challenge his crown by taking him down in the street, that doesn't show a lot of credibility to a so-called warlord in an area like that.
What do you guys think?
He didn't come up in the ranks to become a warlord. He didn't defeat tribes, defeat armies, things of that nature for him to actually own that throne. And I think he's got to do something in the future, some sort of power,
What do you guys think?
display.
Should he have killed the mayor's assistant?
Yes.
Say
I
that
think he
again.
should have. Yep.
The mayor's assistant, should he have killed him?
Yeah.
Well,
Agreed.
yeah, but his first mistake was when he told what's his second in command's name? What's his sidekick's name?
Finish Shan.
Whoever she is, Ming Na Wen's role. He basically told her he plans to control by respect, and I'm like,
Which is
well,
not-
you're
That might not work.
But you have to
You're-
earn respect.
yeah,
You have to earn
you're
it.
exactly, and you're a crime lord. I mean, her right idea was start killing people. So yeah, he should have killed the mayor's assistant,
Yeah.
especially after they found out that the mayor's assistant came to collect from him. How dare he?
Oh yeah.
He should have just served his head back over to the mayor, is what he should have
Yeah.
done.
I think that's one of those. It is. It's kind of like Crime Boss 101. Is like, hey, you should have killed him and sent his head back to
Yeah.
the mayor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That you can't mess with me. You see,
Yeah.
he's doing.
So I think
he's
that's the
doing
weak.
wrong.
Yeah, that to me, I think is the weakness in the script so far. It's like, okay, you've now proven in the middle of a town with people walking about that you can get your ass handed to you easily. Okay, and now everyone witnessed this. So what's to say? And if the script writers don't pick up on this, what's to say there isn't another assassination attempt? Because this is what this was.
They've laid the groundwork already because they keep showing the flashbacks to the Tusken Raiders, and they are going to come in here, I will bet you, somewhere later in this series to help bolster his
To be a
credits.
part of his.
I love your thinking, Sage. I love your thinking.
I do think that's what they are doing here with the writing. I think we're
Yeah.
watching. See, he became the crime boss simply by assassinating Bib and taking the throne in an empty palace. So, in order for him to establish his credibility, he's gonna have to get his hands dirty. And
I don't think. Excuse me. I don't honestly think the Tusken Raiders would give up their homeland, their style of living. They would act as like a military force if needed.
Muscle.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, just
And,
muscle.
and a representative, because that was way back in the day. So that little kid, all grown up,
Is gonna
can come back and be there and
Mhm.
help them out.
Yeah,
He's-
you're right. We haven't seen that yet, but that kid owes him.
Yes.
And I bet you,
It's not all grown up yet because this is only a couple of years after that.
right.
Because
Well, that's true.
we're
Okay.
still in that in between. So,
Yeah.
but
Well,
even
teenagers are even
even
more
so,
susceptible.
even so, dad, mom and dad who come out of the tent, and mom who kicked his butt the first time. I mean,
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
they're gonna be some super.
Yeah, and
great-
I'm pretty sure that was his dad, who's the leader of that tribe, trying to bring him up into manhood and that kind of thing. But this episode did explain a decades-long question of what the hell happened to Boba Fett when he went into the jowls of that Sarlacc in the sand.
Yep.
Mhm.
And now we saw it. And if you remember, C3PO basically saying that was a 1,000-year death once you
Yeah.
fall into that gut.
Being digested.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Slow digestion over 1,000 years. So that was pretty good. I like that. I like the fact we got an answer of, well, what the hell happened to Boba Fett when he went into, and of
Yeah.
course we
And
saw
how-
him in Mandalorian, and that even made the question even larger. It's like, whoa, where'd he come from?
Yeah, no, it was beautiful. All the dream sequences were really good backstory for us.
Agreed.
And here's one of the things. I know this is going to sound weird for a Star Wars movie and a Star Wars fan, but I love that this is all set right on Tatooine
Yes.
because
Yeah.
I love that we're going to spend a little bit of time really getting to know a place
Mhm.
Yeah.
instead of jumping from one place to another right away. And I'm sure we'll get out there later.
Yeah.
But
Hey, and I'm
I
so
love that.
glad he came out of that medical thing with at least some shorts on, because I was dreading. I'm like, okay, he's about to.
He's
He's a.
also happy that she was like,
I would have died if I saw, like a long solid bar.
And I'm really super jazzed that he had like some shorts on.
Yeah.
Because it
Whoops.
healing chamber. He had like this big diaper on. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
really
Oh
happy.
no, please no.
They made some fashion choices here that were really good.
much better.
Much better. Yeah. So okay, guys. Well, we're gonna wrap up here, guys. We're gonna come back. We're gonna try to do this probably every week when this comes out.
Yes.
We will try to get a group of the team together to do some watch-alongs. Of course, Mark and Rose and Rachel, you guys are always welcome to jump in and do this with us. We're going to try to react to this. We've got some editing to do before we get this out to you guys.
Yep.
So we're going to wrap this up. We're going to cut the viewing down to fair use, obviously.
Yes.
So while we do that and get this out to you this weekend, and come back every week, guys, because we're going to try to watch all of the Book of Boba Fett together at HWWS Web TV.
Woohoo!
I'm GW Pomichter with the Hanging With Web Show. This is
Sage Ia,
and
Dina Marie.
and we've been joined tonight by Mark B. Lee, Saturday Morning Cartoons. Check that out every Saturday, 9 a.m. And check out
Roses
Rose.
and reaction.
Rose and Rachel. Exactly right. Rose and Rachel. Check that out. When are you
I like
guys
how they
watching?
did that.
We're going to be on Saturday night.
Saturday nights.
Oh, very
Outstanding.
nice.
So check that out Saturday nights right here on HWWS Web TV, guys. In the meantime, stay tuned in and stay logged on because you never know who we're hanging with next.